Hello all, welcome to Programmer's World. Myself Harish. If you are first time watching the videos in our channel, then I will give a short intro of it. So this channel completely deals with learning programming languages simple and efficiently. So if you are here to learn various programming languages in simple and efficient way, do subscribe to our channel and watch the videos and enjoy it. So let's get into the video. So in this video, what we are going to take a look is the remaining data types that we have left out in the previous video. So in the previous video, we covered some of the data types like integer, float, complex, boolean, and string. So these kind of data types we have covered it. So in this video, we will be covering the remaining set of data types that are available in Python. So we will start with the bytes data type. So the bytes data type is one of the data type which is more or less similar to an array in other programming languages. So it holds a list of values. The difference is like bytes data type, it will be holding from 0 to 256. So there is from 0 to 256 minus 1, 255. So even if you give 256, it will not take it. So it will throw an error, value error, that it's not acceptable. So, and then if we are creating a byte, if we are creating a value of byte data type, we cannot change the values that has been defined in the byte data type. It is an immutable one, so we are not allowed to change the values once defined. So I just show some sample illustrations. So here I am creating an array structure like x equal to 10, 20, 30. So I'm creating three elements. So to create it as of type byte, so what I'll be giving is b equal to, we are having a function called bytes. So bytes of x. So this would convert this x variable into a byte data type. So it's done. So when I check the type of b, the type b, the b is of type plus bytes. So it has been converted to the byte data type. Now, if I just put B, it will be it will be displaying this kind of thing. So even if we go for print of B, it will be displaying like this only. So if you want to, since it is a byte format, so it will be going on with the image cells, those kind of things. We can set the image and videos or audio files, those kind of encryption activities. We can use this bytes data type to print the value that has been located there. We can use the indexing functionality. Like if we use b of 0, we'll be getting the respective value that has been present in the b of 0. If I give of b of minus 1, so the negative index is also available. So if I give me b of minus 1, I'll be getting the minus 1 index, that is the 30. Okay. The next point which I told was like in the bytes, once it has been declared, we cannot change the value. So suppose if I am trying to change the value of b of 0 equal to somewhat like 1000, 1000 is not accepted. From 0 to 256, okay, I will give 1000 first. Let me give 100 first. So if I give 100, it throws an error like bytes object does not support item assignment. So bytes is an immutable data type, so we cannot change the values which are once defined. So I'll just create another data type with a equal to, now I am giving a value 256. If I give 255, it will be accepting, but if I give even 256, it will not be accepting. So I will be converting this b equal to bytes of a. So bytes must be in the range of 0 to 256. So the range of 0 to 256 in the sense 256 minus 1. So it should be, the value should fall between 0 to 255. So that's what it's mean here. Okay, now, so that's about the bytes data type. The next data type is a byte array data type. It is similar to the bytes data type. Every functionality is similar. The only difference between the bytes and byte array data type is in the byte array data type, we can change the values. In the bytes data type, we cannot change the value, whereas in the byte array data type, we can change the value. So if I am giving a equal to 10, 20, 30, or 40, and then b equal to, I am giving a byte array of a, now b of 0, b of 0 is 10. Now if I am trying to change it as b of 0 equal to 100. Previously in the bytes I got an error like when I give b of 0 equal to 100, the bytes object does not support assignment. But now I have not got any error, it's getting assigned. So it's not that in the bytes array it is an immutable data type. So it's not like bytes where bytes is an immutable data type, whereas byte array is an mutable data type. So we can change the values. So if I give b of 0, now we'll be having the updated value of 100. So this is about byte array. And byte array also, as byte supports 0 to 256, even byte array also supports 0 to 256 only. And then the next data type is the list data type. So this list data type, so here after we are going to see some of the data types like list, tuple, and range and all. So these kind range, dictionary, these kind of set. So these kind of data types and all we'll be seeing much more elaborately with a separate video session. So here I'll be just explaining an overview of what is list data type and what is its purpose. But in depth on how list data type can be used in various ways, what is its efficiency and what are all its purposes, everything in detail would be explained in each and every separate video session. For list there would be a separate video session, for set there would be a separate video section. So in this video, when we are speaking about data types, we will be just telling the overview of it. Okay, so let's see what list data type means. So list data type, the definition is an ordered mutable heterogeneous collection of elements is nothing but list where duplicates also allowed. So it's a type of array only, but the thing is in the list data type we can store heterogeneous objects. Heterogeneous objects means it's not that a list can only contain integer values. A list can contain a combination of integer and string values, or integer or float values. A list is not specified to a single data type of elements. It can hold different set of elements, so there is no restriction. That's why it's called as heterogeneous, and it is mutable. Mutable in the sense the objects can be changed. Suppose if I am storing an object 100 in a list, I can change the index. L of 0 equal to 100 means I can change it. L of 0 equal to 10,000. So it is mutable one. And duplicates are also allowed. It's not that if we give a value Harish in a list data type, we cannot give another list, another value of Harish. Duplicates are allowed in list. I just illustrated. So that's what. If you want to represent a group of values as a single entity where insertion order is required to preserve and duplicates are allowed, then we should go for the list data type. So these are all some of the features of the list data type. Insertion order is preserved, heterogeneous, objects allowed, duplicates are allowed, growable, values can be changed, and we can add and remove elements in the list. So, and then how we can denote the list data type is using square brackets, just like we did now. So I'll just show it. Okay. So now I'll be creating a value L equal to 10, 30, let me create another 20 comma. So now I put a string here. So now I am closing it. If I take a look at this type of L, it will be listing it as class L list. So it is of type list class. So now if I want to print L of 0, I can just do as it is, as we do for other operators, other data types. So L of 0 is 10. As I said, it is a mutable one. I can change it. L of 0 equal to 100. So now if I print L of 0 again, I will be getting the updated value of 100. And then next what we saw was and we have found it is heterogeneous. So here it is accepting both integer and a string data type. Similarly, you can give a float value also. So now we can add values like using a method. There is a predefined method in a list class that accepts to add values inside the list property. So that is append. So with the help of append, we can give any value we want. So I'm giving a floating point value L.append 10.25. It accepts it. Now when I print L, it would print the list value 120 and then 10.25. If you want to remove an element, we can use the remove function that has been present. So L.remove of, we need to specify the value which we want to remove. So L.remove of 10.25, it would be removed. When I print L, we give value 120 and rest. If I try to remove an element that is not present in the list itself, then what I will be having is an error list.remove of x not in the list. So here x denotes the value that we are giving. So when that is not in the list and we are trying to remove it, we will be getting a value error like it's not in the list. Okay. So this is about the list data type. And then the next data type is the tuple data type. Tuple is also more or less similar to the list data type. The difference is in tuple data type, it is also called as the read-only version of the list data type. Why it is called as a read-only version of the list data type is the tuple elements cannot be changed once it is declared and defined. Unlike list data type where we can change it, so tuple data type, once it is declared and defined, we cannot change the values defined in the tuple data type. And then the denotation of the tuple data type is also different. Unlike in the list, we would be going on with the square brackets, and in the tuple, we will be showing with the parenthesis. So I'll just show how it is. So I get t equal to parenthesis open 10 comma 20. So it will also accept different values. That is, it is only the read-only version of the list. So I give Harish. So when I give the type of t, it will be giving the type, that is the type of class tuple. So if the rest is same, t of 0 I will be getting the 10, but we cannot assign the values. If I give t of 0 equal to 100, it will throw an error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. So it will be throwing a type error. So it does not support assignment of values as it is immutable data type. And then since it is an immutable data type, if you take a look, t.add of 150 or 140, attribute error. Tuple object has no attribute add. If I try with remove, t.remove of 10, attribute error I will be getting. Tuple object has no attribute remove. So since tuple is an immutable data type, we are not allowed to do any operations on tuple data type. So even add and remove and all these kind of things are not present in tuple data type. Okay. And then the next one is the range data type. So this range data type is mainly used to print a sequence of numbers. So when we want to print a sequence of numbers, that is, when we want to print the list of values from 0 to 100, then we can simply use the range data type. It is also immutable data type. We cannot change it. The values that has been defined is defined. We cannot change it. So there are different ways to represent the range. One is a single parameter. Even if we give single parameter, inbuiltly the Python virtual machine will take it as multi-line parameter. So I'll just illustrate this one. So range will be giving it with range attribute. So range of, if I give 10, what Python virtual machine will do is it will convert it to a double argument range. So that is, it would start with 0 and then end with the 10. So what does this mean is it would be printing the values from 0 to 10 minus 1, that is 9. It would be printing the values from 0 to 9. So if I give range of 0, we can go on with the indexing. Indexing is not subscriptable. So I get a type error, type object is not subscriptable. So the thing is, we can use an array. So that is a range of 0. We need to assign this value actually. So we are going on with the range function. The thing is, we need to assign it. Suppose if I am assigning a equal to range of 10. So the Python virtual machine will assign this, and a holds now the value. If I give a, it will just print range of 0 to 10. If I want to print each and every element of a, then I can use the subscription operator. So a of 0 is 0. If I give a of 10, it will throw an index error. If I give a of 9, because it starts with 0, and as I said, 0 to 9 is only available, so a of 9 would be 9. If you want to print all the elements in the list, then we can use a for each loop. So regarding for each, this kind of thing, I'll be explaining in the syntax and all in the looping section. So I just give it. So here for I in a. So what I want is print I. So what I have written is here a for loop where for each value in a, I am assigning each value of a into I variable and I am printing the I value. So this is a general syntax. We will see it in later in the looping concepts. So what is the for syntax, each part of the for is being used for, everything we will be seeing in detail. So when I do this, I will be getting the list of values that is presented a will. This is the range. So I get from 0 to 9. So similarly, we are having other forms like range of 10, 20, 10, 20, 2. I will illustrate this. What does this denote? So if I give a equal to range of 10, 20. So what does this will do is, so for I in a print of I am doing it, and what I would get is it would be printing the values from 10 to 19. So starting from 10 to ends on with the last digit 20 minus 1, that is the 19. So this is another form. Even if we give single form as I showed here, it would start from 0. It would, the Python virtual machine PVM will be converting it to two set of arguments where the starting digit would be 0 as we have not specified anything, and it would be printing the ending digit as it is. Now the last form is a equal to range of 10, 30, 2. So what this 2 denotes is increment operator. Increment in the sense what it means is, so what it means is we are going to show the output in the multiples of 2. If we give 3 means we will be showing it in the multiples of 3. I'll just show what would be the output. So as you can see here, the output would be 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So it is in the multiples of 2. So based on the increment value that we are giving here, the values would be getting incremented and stored. Instead of storing it in a straight sequence like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, we would be having with the incrementation done. So these are all the different types of range forms that we can use it in the range data type. And one more point is we can create a list of values with the help of range data type. So how it can be done is, if I give L equal to list of range of 20, or let's give 10 simply. So now if I print L, we can see that it is the close square bracket. So the L is of type list and it prints the values derived from this range function. So it will print the value from 0 to 9. And then, so this is about the range data type. And then the next data type is the set data type. What does this set data type denote is, if we want to represent a group of values without duplicates, where order is not important, then we can use the set data type, where order should not be preserved, but when I want duplicates should not be included in my value, then I need to use set data type. So it is surrounded with flower brackets. So in this also it is a mutable data type where we can add and remove elements with the help of add and remove methods. So the features of set data type are: insertion order is not preserved, duplicates are not at all allowed, similar to list, heterogeneous objects are allowed, index concept is not applicable here. Like we see here, we are using values like L of 0, A of 0 like this. So this kind of indexing concept is not applicable in set, as insertion order is not preserved here. That's the reason we are not indexing concept is not available in set data type. And it, as I said, it is a mutable collection. We can add and remove elements. So since we can add and remove it, it is growable in nature. We can change the existing value of any item too. So I just show how to declare a set. So it's simple. We are going to declare it in flower brackets 10, 20, sorry. So I have declared it. I have entered it wrongly. Actually, it's not an issue, but it will take. So these three lines, three dots denote that it is a continuation statement. So that's why we don't get any error. So even if I print yes, I will be getting it 10, 20, 30. Okay. So even if I give in single line also, there would not be an issue. Misfortunately I have entered 10, sorry, enter. So that's why I got these three dots. So when I print 10, it would be printing in random order. There is no specific order that we will be getting 10, 20 high only. I could get 10 high 20, and if I give after some 10 or 20 executions, could be getting high 10, 20. So it differs. There is the insertion order is not preserved here. Okay, whereas in the list data type, the insertion order is preserved. So and then indexing operations are also not allowed. So as said, set object is not subscriptable. So we are getting a type error. Okay. And it is growable in nature. We can use the add and remove methods. So if I give s dot add of 235, it would add it, and we would give the element would be added. And we are having the remove function also, s dot remove of 235. Okay. So these are all also present. And then the next data type is the frozen data type. What is this frozen set data type is? it is a child of set data type where we the set data type is a mutable data type. It can be changed. Whereas frozen set data type is an immutable data type where the values can be changed at all. So, and then since the values cannot be changed, it is an immutable data type. It is the add and remove functions are not supported in frozen set data type. How to declare frozen set is similar to set. We will be declaring the set first 10, 20, 30, 40, and then f equal to frozen set. We are converting the set into a frozen set value, frozen set of s. So we are converting the s, which is of type set, to a frozen set value. So now type of f would be of class frozen set. If we print f, we'll be getting the frozen set 40, 10, 20. Okay. If we want to print each element, we can do it with the help of for each. For I in f, print I. So we'll be getting each and every element 40, 10, 20. Okay. So this is about the frozen set, and it doesn't have any add functionalities and all. So frozen set the object does not have an attribute add. So it does not have, since it is immutable, we cannot do any operations on it, addition or removal. So this is for about frozen data type. And then the next data type is the dictionary data type. So the purpose of having dictionary data type is when we want to have some values defined, a group of values defined in the format of key value pairs. For this key, this is the value. When we want to define it like that, then we need to use the dictionary data type. In the dictionary data type, the keys, so this is a general sample example. So d equal to its denote the dictionary is denoted at flower brackets. So when you give d equal to 101, 101 here is the key, and the key and value would be separated with the colon. So 101 colon Harish. So this is the value for 101 key. The value would be Harish. So this key cannot be duplicated. I cannot give another key with the same value 101. The duplication of keys is not allowed, but the duplication of values is allowed. Even in the 102 key, I can give Harish. Okay, and we can create an empty dictionary also, like simply without any elements, and we can add key value pairs like this. So I just illustrate how to do it. So I'll just give d equal to 101. The 101 I am giving it as Harish. 102 I am giving it as Balaji. So when I give D, it would be printing the dictionary set. So 101 is Harish and 102 is Balaji. So now if I am trying to update it, suppose if I give a duplicate value like D equal to 101 is Balaji, and I'm giving again 101, then if I think error would not be coming, but if we check the output would be 101 Balaji, because if I said duplicate of keys are not allowed, but in case if we give duplicates, what would happen is it would get overridden. The new value, that is the value that has been duplicated, that value would be overriding the previous value, and we'll be having only one element. So we'll not be having duplicate element. So here if you see, I have given two elements with the same key 101, and the values are different. So but when I print the output I got is the overridden one, that is the 101 Balaji, because the latest ID 101 Balaji is going to get inserted, and it would override the existing value, that is the Harish. So this is the thing. Duplicates are not allowed. If we enter duplicates, then it is going to be getting overridden. To illustrate it more simply, so I just give d equal to 1011 hash. Now I am adding another element. I can add the key need not be only in integer, but it is recommended to have it in integer. When we are developing a large program, so when we are using the dictionary dataset, it is recommended that to have integer value as the key so that we can use it for identification. So suppose d of a equal to, I give it as Ravi. Now if I print d, we'll be getting the added value. Now if I give d of 102 equal to, assignment operators are supported here. So if I give d of 102 equal to some xyz, so now if I print d, the value Balaji would be getting overridden and we will be having the value xyz. Okay. So this is about dictionary data type. You would see the list of where there are several methods available in dictionary data structure. We will be seeing it in detail in a separate video for dictionary alone. So not only for dictionary, for other data types like these data types, so there are frozen set data, list data type. So these things will, the concept is somewhat vast and we'll be having separate video sessions for it. So here I'm just showing only the introduction and the overview, what is it and what we need to know. And then the last data type is the none data type. So none is nothing but in Java as it is null. So here in Python, none is one of the data type and it is also a keyword. So it is generally used in functions. So functions in the sense how it is used is in the function. If there is nothing returned, return is an optional statement. But if a function does not return anything in Python, then it returns none data type. So it returns the keyword none. I'll just show it how it is. We have not seen the function syntax, so you need not worry about the syntax. I'll just declare a function m1. So this is how we'll be declaring functions. Define m1. You need not worry on this. We will see it later in depth on how to declare functions and all, giving us indent space. And then suppose simply I am just printing print of 10. I'm just printing 10 and I am not returning anything. So now if I call the m1 method, so if I print of m1 method, so when I try to print this m1 function, this m1 function is not returning anything. We are not having any return statement here. So what it will do is it will just print 10. So inside print of m1, in m1 we are having a print of 10 statement. So 10 is getting printed and then you can see the keyword none is getting printed. It's because this function does not have any return statement explicitly mentioned. This function does not have any return statement explicitly mentioned. That is the reason we are having this keyword displayed when we are calling that function. Okay, we'll see in detail. Again, I'm saying this function syntax and all, I'll be explaining it in detail. And just here, I have declared it to illustrate this none functionality keyword. Okay, so this is about the none data type. And with this, we are coming to an end with the data types section. We have seen all the 14 data types that of the Python. So hope you like this video. In this next video, we'll be seeing in about the typecasting and the immutability concept. So regarding this, we'll be looking into it. So if you like this video, please like it and please subscribe to our channel and then do watch our videos regularly. Thank you.